ഹലോ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ്, എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇന്നത്തെ പ്രസൻറ്റേഷനിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്ന് ഞാൻ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് നമ്മൾ ലാസ്റ്റ് വീഡിയോയിൽ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്തത് സൈക്കോളജിക്കൽ പ്രോസസ്സസ് പാർട്ട് 1 ആയിരുന്നു, ഫോർഗെറ്റിംഗ് ആൻഡ് മെമ്മറി. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു അത്യാവശ്യം ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു ടോപ്പിക്കാണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു പോർഷൻ ആയിരുന്നു അത്. അതിൻ്റെ ബേസിൽ നമുക്ക് എക്സ്പെക്ട് ചെയ്യാവുന്ന ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ് ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് നിങ്ങളുമായിട്ട് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. വരുന്ന വീഡിയോസിൽ ഞാൻ മാക്സിമം എക്സ്പെക്റ്റഡ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആയിരിക്കും ഇടുന്നത്. അത് ചെയ്തതിന് ശേഷം നമുക്ക് ടൈം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് കോൺസെപ്റ്റിലേക്ക് മൂവ് ചെയ്യാം. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്ന് ഓരോ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനും ഞാൻ കൂടുതൽ എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷനിലേക്ക് പോകുന്നില്ല, കാരണം ഓൾറെഡി എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വീഡിയോൻ്റെ ശേഷമാണ് ഞാനിത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഫോർഗെറ്റിംഗ് ആൻഡ് മെമ്മറിയിൽ വരുന്ന എല്ലാ കോൺസെപ്റ്റിലും ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു ഐഡിയ കിട്ടുന്ന രീതിയിൽ ലാസ്റ്റ് വീഡിയോ ഞാൻ ചെയ്തിരുന്നു. അത് എല്ലാവർക്കും മനസ്സിലായി എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. അത് കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഇത് കാണുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതിലെ ആൻസേഴ്സിലേക്ക് എത്താൻ എളുപ്പമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഓരോ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസിലേക്ക് മൂവ് ചെയ്യാം. ഫസ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ, മെമ്മറി ഈസ് ഡിഫൈൻഡ് ആസ് an active information processing system that receives, stores and recovers information, thoughts experienced previously in one's life, mental faculty of retaining and recalling past experience, act or an instance of remembering or recollection. Memory is defined as an active information processing system that receives, stores and recovers information. Answer is option A. Next question, an incoming sensory information must go through this sequence in order to remembered. Storage, encoding, retrieval, retrieval, encoding, storage. Option C, encoding, storage, retrieval. Actually, this is the sequence encoding, storage and retrieval in order to remembered. Question number 3. There are 3 main kinds of measures used to determine how much information has been retained. They are free recall, cued recall and serial recall, relearning, recall and recognition, method of savings, free recall and recognition. The 3 main kinds of measures used to determine how much information have been retained are relearning, recall and recognition. Fourth question, which of the measures of retention is considered the most sensitive? Recognition, free recall, recall and relearning. Relearning, option D is the answer. Relearning measures the retention is considered the most sensitive. The long-term memory, LTM, is otherwise known as state-dependent memory, secondary memory, primary memory and iconic memory. Option B is the answer. Long-term memory is otherwise known as secondary memory. Learning, retention, recall and recognition are said to constitute intelligence, memory, intuition and imagination. The answer is option B, memory. The more an item is rehearsed, the more likely it is to become a part of short-term memory, long-term memory, retention and recall. The answer is option B, long-term memory. The more item is rehearsed, the more likely it is to become a part of long-term memory. Sixth question, rehearsal is the process of actively manipulating information so that it can be retained in the memory. There are 2 main types of rehearsal. They are substance and maintenance rehearsal, specific and non-specific rehearsal, maintenance and elaborative rehearsal, elaborative and specific rehearsal. The 2 main types of rehearsals are maintenance and elaborative rehearsal. Question number 7. The process of linking new information in a meaningful way with information already stored in the memory or with other new information to aid in its storage and retrieval from long-term memory, that is maintenance rehearsal, elaborative rehearsal, non-specific rehearsal and substance rehearsal. The answer is option B, elaborative rehearsal. So the elaborative rehearsal is a process of linking new information in the meaningful way with the information already stored in the memory or with other new information to aid in its storage and retrieval from long-term memory. Then what is about maintenance rehearsal? Maintenance rehearsal is a process of rehearsing information to keep it in a memory span. It is called maintenance rehearsal. Psychologists have distinguished between two types of long-term storage. It is called assertive and procedural memory, declarative and assertive memory, assertive and interrogatory memory, procedural and declarative memory. Psychologists have distinguished between two types of memory storage, procedural and declarative memory. Next question. Recall is better for items at the end and beginning of the list than for the items in the middle of the list. This is called primary effect, recency effect, serial position effect, none. Recall is the better for item at the end and beginning of the list than for the items in the middle of the list is called serial position effect. Next question. Our knowledge of facts and concepts about world belongs to implicit memory, ecstasy, episodic and semantic. Semantic memory നമ്മൾ already last വീഡിയോയിൽ ഇതെല്ലാം എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തിരുന്നതാണ്. Implicit memory എന്താണ്, episodic memory എന്താണ്, semantic memory എന്താണെന്നൊക്കെ. So, our knowledge of facts and concept about world belongs to semantic memory. The art of applying memory devices is called photographic, eidetic, mnemonic and chain technique. The answer is mnemonic. The mnemonic is the art of applying memory device. What we remembered for long is called option A long-term memory, option B short-term memory, option C amnesia and option D qualitative memory. The answer is option A long-term memory. Complete loss of memory is otherwise known as aesthesia, abasia, amnesia, aphonesia and mental retardation. The answer is amnesia. Amnesia is the complete loss of memory or it is otherwise known as amnesia. Next question. Long-term memory has a more or less enduring impressions in the body, glands, brain and spinal cord. The answer is option C, brain. The long-term memory has a more or less enduring impression in the brain. Next question. Mnemonic means something that is related to learning, memory, perception and meaning. Mnemonic means something that is related to memory. So the answer is option B. Which type of memory has a biographical reference? Semantic memory, iconic memory, episodic memory and level of processing. Episodic memory has a biological reference. So the answer is option C. Our remembrances of things past that have happened to us at certain times and place is episodic memory, semantic memory, iconic memory and level of processing. Answer is option A, episodic memory. Our remembrance of things past that have happened to us at certain time or place is episodic memory. Next question. Semantic and episodic memory are two kinds of short-term memory organization, retrieval processes, long-term memory organization and rehearsal processes. I have explained this thing in the last video that semantic and episodic memory are two kinds of long-term memory organization. Next question. How to measure explicit memory? Option A, recalling method. Option B, recognition method. Option C, relearning method. And option D, all of the above. So, we can measure explicit memory by recalling method. Major stages of memory are option A, encoding, option B, storage, option C, retrieval, and option D, all of the above. As you all know, major stages of memory are encoding, storage, and retrieval. Ebbinghaus had done the pioneering experimentation on perception, emotion, memory, and thinking. Answer is memory. Ebbinghaus has done the pioneering experiments on memory. Distortion of memory is caused due to repression, regression, inhibition, and amnesia. Distortion of memory is caused due to amnesia. So the answer is option D, amnesia. Sometimes people forget their names, where they have come from, who their spouses are, and many other details of their past lives. This type of amnesia is called option A, defensive amnesia, option B, childhood amnesia, option C, dream amnesia, and option D, transient global amnesia. Answer is option A, defensive amnesia. Here, people forget their names, where they come from, and who their spouse are, and many other details of their past lives. Next question. If the amount of forgetting is plotted in a graph, then the curve will be an ascending one, normal one, bimodal, and descending one. If the amount of forgetting is plotted in a graph, then the curve will be an descending one. Next question. The main characteristics of forgetting is that at first forgetting is rapid, but as time lapses, rate of forgetting becomes more faster, rate of forgetting becomes slower and slower, rate of forgetting comes to zero, and forgetting becomes haphazard. The answer is option B, rate of forgetting becomes slower and slower. Next question. The quantitative study of memory presented in the curve of retention or forgetting is the most important contribution of Sigmund Freud, H. Ebbinghaus, Bertlett, and Edna Hedberger. The answer is option B, H. Ebbinghaus. Next question. Retention curve suggests that forgetting is never complete. Forgetting is complete. In the true sense, forgetting never occurs. Memory cannot be measured quantitatively. Answer is forgetting never complete. Retention curve suggests that forgetting is never complete. Next question. According to Gestalt Psychologists, one of the causes of forgetting is low tension in the concerned trace, nervous system, circular system, and respiratory system. The answer is concerned trace. Next question. Forgetting refers to the negative aspect of positive of thinking, imagination, learning, and remembering. The answer is option D, remembering. Forgetting refers to the negative aspect of or opposite of remembering. Next question. Forgetting also occurs when new learning is disturbed by old learning. This is known as the forgetting due to retroactive inhibition, conflict, fatigue, proactive inhibition. നമ്മൾ already discuss ചെയ്തതാണ് എന്താണ് retroactive and proactive എന്നുള്ളത്. So the answer is retroactive inhibition. Next question. The interference theory of forgetting has a Gestalt orientation, behavioralistic orientation, psychoanalytic orientation, and structuralistic orientation. The answer is behavioralistic orientation. Interference theory of forgetting is a behavioralistic orientation. Next question. Trace theory of forgetting is otherwise known as inference theory, motivated forgetting, theory of progressive changes in the memory, and none. Trace theory of forgetting is otherwise known as theory of progressive change in the memory. The trace theory of forgetting has option A Gestalt orientation, option B behavioralistic orientation, option C structuralistic orientation, and option D functionalistic orientation. The Gestalt orientation is the trace theory of forgetting. So the answer is option A. Sigmund Freud's discovery of psychopathology of everyday life reflects that all forgetting are not motivational or forgetting are motivated. Forgetting is abnormal and forgetting is normal. The answer is all forgetting are motivated. Psychoanalytic theory of forgetting and Bertlett's theory of remembering seeks to explain the cause of our day-to-day common forgettings, abnormal forgetting only, motivated forgetting only, and photographic memory only. The answer is the cause of our day-to-day common forgetting. Psychoanalytic theory of forgetting and Bertlett's theory of remembering seeks to explain the cause of our day-to-day common forgetting. The phenomena of rumor can be very successfully explained by photographic memory, PQ4R method, peg word method, or Bertlett's theory of remembering. Answer is Bertlett's theory of remembering, which explain the phenomena rumor successfully. Who has introduced the first systematic theory of motivated forgetting? Otto Rank, Sigmund Freud, Alfred Adler, C.G. Jung. The answer is Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud has introduced the first systematic theory of motivated forgetting. Qualitative interpretations of forgetting come from behavioralistic school, Gestalt school, functionalist school, and structuralistic school. The answer is Gestalt school and qualitative interpretations of forgetting coming from Gestalt school.